5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dudes, welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review Entertainment. Joining me tonight is none other than Mr. Triple X himself, Mike Knox, and the next doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the one and only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. So join us as we talk about it. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. Hey, where's that little video? There it is. There it is.
Yes.
It's not. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Unpopular Reviews. And tonight we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Part 3, ladies and gentlemen. And this movie...
Say it like it is. Say it with your chest out.
It felt like an episode of the cartoon. I think it would have been better if they animated this. I really do. Now, here's the truth. Full disclosure. The last time I saw this was on VHS. And where did I get that VHS? Off of somebody's blanket next to the train station. Because the last time I saw this was a cam version. Remember how people used to go with the camcorders in the movie?
Yes.
And then come out and then sell it and the thing. And that was the last time I saw it. I think I was like 15 when that happened. And I checked out. I really did check out because this really, really turned me off. It was campy. It was corny. However, if it was animated, it would have been awesome. And now, saying that 30 years later, I was shockingly entertained. I really was. I was shockingly entertained.
I am shocked
by this movie. I really was. You know, and I think because my expectations were low.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? I went into this like rolling my eyes, like, oh God, I'm gonna watch this movie. And there were parts that were kind of funny because everybody was super corny. But you know what I appreciated the most about this movie compared to the other ones?
The ending.
Well, yeah.
Credits.
Well, no, but there was a lot more martial arts in this movie. Like they were using their weapons more.
Yeah, but it was a bunch of kicks.
Yeah.
This was Kick City.
No, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite part was when Leonardo was like, wah, 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 wah. Here, hold this kick.
Like, everybody got kicks. Like that was the thing. Like, yeah, they definitely used more weapons, but it was like all kick. Every time they was hitting somebody without a weapon, it was a kick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's all they could do in those costumes. And I don't know why. And I always found this weird. Like as each movie progressed, they kept getting more spots on their body.
Did they have spots in 2?
They didn't have all these spots in 1. They had a couple of spots in 2, but then all of a sudden in 3, you see them. They're like polka dots, like you know what I mean? Like it's like you like you want to trace them together type shit.
I guess that's what happens when you live in the sewer, huh?
I guess so. I
You
guess
smell like a dirty rat. Just saying, ooh, you dirty rat. I mean, I've been in New York. Y'all sewers are horrible. Okay. At least in the 90s they were. I haven't been there since then. But and this was in the 90s.
Nobody actually goes down to the sewer. You know, but I'll tell you one thing. Looking for properties, I'm very happy to actually have a sewer system as opposed to dealing with septic tanks and all that other crap.
You making fun of me in Florida?
No, people that live out in isolated places have to deal with that crap. And I'm very happy that I don't have to deal with none of those things. You flush the toilet and it goes away. Thank you.
The best thing about this movie, okay, was which I missed I wasn't here for the second one. was definitely having. I like Paige playing April O'Neil. Okay, that
Did
was
you?
I like her because I've always thought she was cute back then.
Better
You know what I
looking.
mean? And in '93, I mean, I'm a junior in high school at this point. Only thing on my mind is baseball. Okay, and probably trying to get laid somewhere. You know what I mean? I got acne. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably stealing my uncle's sneakers. You know what I mean? Whatever it is I could do
Nice.
to get laid. So when this movie came out, I remember saying, and I'm gonna use your words. I'm surprised you haven't used it, Angelo. This was definitely a money grab. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This movie should not have been made to me. I thought the
No.
storyline was horrible. I thought
Horrible.
the corny jokes for whatever reason that hit in 1 and 2 didn't hit for me in this one the same. But I did find myself chuckling. So if you do chuckle, you know how bad is the film. So, but I did find myself a few times having little chuckles here and there. And Casey Jones when he went back in time without the hair versus the hair. You know what I mean? That kind of because at first I wasn't even sure that was Casey Jones. I kept having to look like multiple times like that, man.
You know what?
Yeah, hair,
I'm not
less hair definitely makes a difference. I had to check the credits at the end to verify that it was actually him.
You know what? I totally forgot about that, and I'm not gonna lie, I popped for that. Like, I was happy to see Casey Jones in this movie.
I mean, I was happy to see him too, but this movie, it just didn't hit. Listen,
No, of course not. It's just
1 and 2,
yes,
we talked about in the last episode that 2 different tones,
mm-hmm.
but I think they serve the source material well.
Yeah.
This one, it was just no. And I mean, let me break it down. Open up scene, they had all the stuff to make this great. Samurais on horseback. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But then they start sword fighting, and it's just like,
yo,
slapping sticks.
crazy.
And then
man,
the dude's like, listen, you're not taking me back. It's dead or alive up in here. They slap a stick away. And does he get off the horse and try to run through no, he just sits there and lets them lead him back. What happened to life or death? He's going to sit on the horse like, oh, I guess you got me. Let me just ride on this horse the whole way back and not even jump off.
Right.
All right. And then we fast forward to present day, and we've got Chuck E. Cheese looking out a window.
Showbiz.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't even Chuck E. Cheese. It was Chuck E. Cheese, rat infested, cousin Showbiz looking out the window at some spotted reptiles. Like, what is this? And I had to look it up. The first 2 movies were done by the famed Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
Yeah, this was different.
This one, they went with somebody else. The lowest bidder, okay? And it was garbage. Garbage. It took me out every time I saw Splinter. I was like, how you go from, celebrated sensei to Chuck E. Cheese? You look like you belonged in the sewer.
That's
like what? It was just
dirty rat.
It took me completely out. I just could not stand it. And that was just the first 7 minutes. I timed it. I had to pause. I looked at it. I was like, man, this is who? And I looked at it's only been 7 minutes. It's only been 7 minutes of this mess, and I got another hour and 20.
Hour and 50.
Yeah.
Yo, my son came out. He was like, "Ooh, what you watching?" I said, "Don't worry about it." He said, "It looks good. It's summarized on horses." Then I said, he looked at like 5 more. He says, "Oh, okay." He went in the room and turned it off. And the same thing you say, Angelo. I was thinking when I was watching, like, if this had been on Nickelodeon,
yeah,
it might have been. I could have, because when you watch things in a cinematic way from so like if I'm judging a Netflix or Hulu movie, I don't give it as much harsh criticism I would give it if it went to the big screen, right? So if anybody watches, spoiler alert, if you watch White Man Can't Jump this Friday on Hulu, I think it's going to be ass. Because if it was going to be good, it'd have been in the movie theater, right? That's always the telltale. If something's really good, it makes the big screen. This was a money grab because the first two made so much money. The cartoon is making so much money. But at this time in 93, the cartoon's off air. The cartoon's not on air in 1993.
The problem is Power Rangers took over.
At that point, you're right. Power Rangers did start to take over at that point.
That's the thing. And this was a money grab. And like, mind you, if they made the money that they did, because when I saw Casey Jones, I was like, oh, this is definitely a money grab right here. Like, they had to bring it, because the fact that he wasn't in the second movie and then they bring him back in the third, what? Come on, man.
With no explanation.
With none.
He just hey, look who I found.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it would have been nice to see something between him and April. But then, I'm not gonna lie, the whole situation with the Casey Jones of the past, like, that was kind of cool. I wish they would have elaborated a little bit more on that. But the reality is that it's like, oh, look at this, just to keep you captivated into the movie, right? So
speaking of which, you talking about was it Paige?
Yeah.
Like, they tried to make her, I guess like a sex symbol. She like wrote off part of the outfit that she was wearing to show some legs.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me back then. It didn't do it for me now.
So check it out here before we take our first break. The budget for that movie was $21 million. It doubled its money. So in Hollywood, it made its money back.
It definitely did. It
made $54 million in the box office. Nice. And in 1993, I think it's right here, it's telling me we're talking only 100 theaters. So only 100 screens and throughout the United States. That's not bad.
That isn't bad.
That's actually pretty darn good money.
Talking about the money, okay, yeah, I give it to you. But if we're talking about quality, I mean, as a kid, I remember I didn't like it. It took me
as a kid, I didn't like it.
Obviously, I went to see it because it was the Turtles.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone to see it again.
I'm sorry, you trying to say we all look like turtles right now?
You know what, though? I'm honest, like, I think that this might be the catalyst to them doing a whole bunch of shit on Nickelodeon animated.
Well, we're talking about they didn't even go Nickelodeon animated until 98, 2000. So it was years before they recycled.
No, what I'm saying is just that, like, this right here, such a big difference from the first movie and the direction that they went in the first movie, that I think that after this, this is when they really stopped the live action situation and just continue doing animated stuff. Because the Turtles have been rewritten and revamped in so many different ways.
I apologize. It didn't go off TV to 96. I'm sorry. It didn't go off TV to 96.
Yeah, look at that. So, like, and the thing is that at that time, Power Rangers was just heavy, and Turtles was pretty much dying out. But then at the same time, there's a lot of revamps of this. Video games, different Return of the Shredder, all this other crap that they did on animated. And I think that this movie should have been animated. I think it would have been received better if it was animated.
At this time, what was the animated movies that were coming out? They were all Disney pretty much. Right? Yeah. You got Little Mermaid, I think, was around this time.
It's just the whole
Aladdin, that whole Disney crop of movies started coming out in this early part, like Toy Story.
I mean, I tell you one thing, they certainly would have saved a lot of money, because recreating 17th century and then having like the British guys and the samurais and all of that, I'm sure all of that shit.
I'm with you. You said $21 million budget. It looked like it spent $21 million on this movie. That come from in that budget, is also what the actors are making.
Exactly.
Okay. They probably gave them a lot more money than they did to put the sets on, because you could definitely see the difference in the costumes in this episode. And like you said, and that's what made me feel like if this is Nickelodeon, if it's Disney Channel at that point, you're like, hey, all right, it may not be so bad. But hey, we're gonna take our first break, come back. I want to know, is Angelo gonna give her first movie that I've ever been a part of him with a thumbs down? That's the question I want to know. We got more movies coming this weekend. We got more shows here on Unpop Review, not just entertainment, but the wrestling side as well. So make sure you check those out and what we got coming up this week.
Trial Run was prone to human error.
See you in a year.
And Joe slept slightly longer than expected. Half a millennium to be exact. If you were the smartest person in the world, we're stuck with the dumbest people in history.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
2? I'm the smartest guy in the world? Says who?
The IQ test you took in prison. You got the highest score in history.
Even smarter than President Camacho.
So you smart, huh?
The ordinary will be considered extraordinary.
I thought your head would be bigger.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
Must get through that air shield.
We will, sir. Once we kidnap the princess, we can force her father, King Roland, to give us the combination to the air shield, thereby destroying planet Druidia and saving planet Spaceball.
Everybody got that?
For old nose!
Only one man and his trusted companion can save planet Druidia from disaster.
Okay, Eagle 5, coming in.
Lone Star.
First, they must learn the secrets of yogurt.
Yogurt. I am the keeper of a greater magic.
The Force?
No, the Schwartz.
Spaceballs, the movie.
This Sunday, season 2 of UPR battles continue, and we have a banger this Sunday, folks. Representing classic video games, we have Sonic the Hedgehog, and he goes against Marvel's favorite webhead, Spider-Man. This is going to be an interesting one, folks. Tune in this Sunday, 8 p.m. on Instagram Live. Don't miss it.
Previously on the Mike Knox Show.
You got Selena Vega and you got Rhea Ripley, right? What could be better for this match than that? And then Selena Vega said, how about this? Let's make that bigger. Look at that. She came out, this crowd was going bananas. Oh my God, oh Selena, you can't do nothing with Queen Selena. Then all the people started talking about, oh, she can be world champion. She should be world champion. If that person can do it, then anybody can do it. And yes, that is correct. This is the world of professional wrestling. That crowd was insane last night, but when this man came out and he came out paying homage, look at this. He paid homage, may he rest in peace, New Jack. Bad Bunny came out last night and he did his thing on the scene. And we are back. Make sure you guys go check out all the things we coming up this weekend. The UPR battles, guys, actually happened this past Sunday. So go to our Instagram page on Pop Review on Instagram. Y'all see it right there below. It actually is next to me on my right and my left side. Everyone you're looking at that way, check it out. I'm gonna go back and watch that because I just know where I thought Sonic should have won that. That should definitely go to Spider-Man. And also, I cannot wait. The next doctor here picked Spaceballs, one of my favorite movies of all time. I hope I can make that show because and if I don't make it, I'm watching that movie again any damn way because I think it's what I'm combing the beach. We're combing the beach, sir. You got to be there. You know what I'm talking about. But we are back. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. And Angela, I'll tell you this much. The game was good. Turtles in Time, the video game was pretty damn awesome.
True.
I'll tell you that much.
That is
but,
true. It was.
You giving us a thumbs up? You giving us a thumbs down?
Well, you know what? The thing is that my original reaction was watching a bootleg VHS. Back then, it was real bad. But the other thing is just that I was disappointed at the fact that they had no continuity, right? Looking back at it as an adult, if you're high and your expectations are low, right, you're going to get a couple of laughs out of this. Because there was that whole thing that Splinter did at the end was out of character and a little funny. I'm not gonna lie. And they did it to make Michelangelo feel better and whatever. You know, so like it's just, you know, if you open a pack of mozzarella, you're gonna expect cheese.
They didn't just use that reference.
The cheese wasn't bad. It was pretty good cheese.
Hold on, if it's those little Bellas, That don't be good cheese to me. Them little pellets, man.
Depends on how fresh it is. You know what I mean? But this is it's. I'll give it Swiss cheese because I like Swiss cheese.
Love Swiss cheese.
It has holes in it. You know, this movie has a lot of holes in it. So I'll give it Swiss cheese and I'll give it a thumbs up.
Oh man, listen, I am purposely on a mission to find a movie this man will give a thumbs down to. I thought this might have been it. I actually thought you might have given it a thumbs down.
I came close to it because of what I remember. But now, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed a little bit, you know, and I realized what was so bad about it. And the thing is that I got to see it clear this time. Because last time it wasn't clear.
So you told me you remember back in '93 watching this on the bootleg, which means back then, all right, you had the squiggly lines.
I mean, no, it wasn't like squiggly lines.
Or you had people walking through the theater.
People walking through the theater. Yeah, I had that, you know, and the guy shaking the camera. Sometimes it'd be funny because you hear other people's comments.
I thought everybody's first bootleg was Boys in the Hood. That's what the game said. What was his first bootleg?
I mean, you know, we had a lot of bootlegs out here. That was a thing.
New York was good for him. Next, Doctor, what you got on this, man? Thumbs up, thumbs down, Turtles in Time.
You know, you can open a pack of mozzarella that's been in the sewer for 3 weeks, and you're going to get cheese, but you also, you know what you're going to get? What they talked about in Turtles 1, penicillin, okay? This movie was garbage from beginning to end. But you know what? When you go to the landfill, you might just find a $1 bill. But that $1 bill is covered in filth. Okay? So that doesn't make the entire experience of going to the landfill better. All right? No. From the story to the acting to the special effects to just its existence, this thing is bad. It is absolute trash. It should be just disqualified as a movie. I'm going to have to start rating things like the executive consultant does with Batman. Is this better than Turtles 3? Oh, then it's going to get a thumbs up because this movie was hot garbage. And it is definitely a thumbs down. Get it out of here.
So y'all will have to start saying is from now on, was it better than Turtles 3? Shit. Hold on. On air, right? I caught it the first time. I'm with you. I came in wait no longer. It was bad. It was bad. I sat here. I literally got up from watching it because I like to watch movies before we come on air. That way, I can't always try. I tried to do them before in the past off of memory, and then y'all start talking. We're like, oh shit, I should have probably rewatched it, right? Like, because I forget certain parts. And it's always good to go watch something. This movie's 30 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, so rewatching it, it's, and I try to always give things. And you've done those shows with me, Angelo, by now to know. I will give credit to it being in that time, right? But even in that time, us being clearly teenagers and stupid, we didn't know what a fucking good movie was. Okay, because as a kid, I don't think this movie was horrible. I don't think I liked it, but I don't think it was horrible. Today, watching it from the special effects, but meaning the costumes in there, I actually thought the martial arts this time was the worst of all of them. I'm watching the one scene where they're back in the samurai days, and they all of a sudden, the samurai started waiting for the turtles to hit them. Like I literally watched the one guy stop and he didn't get kicked. That's bad choreography. That's nothing to do with the movie, but that's in the movie. You got to fix that. Or at least that shouldn't make it to the editing room floor. That's why they take 2 months to film them. They take 8 months to come out because somebody's supposed to be smarter than them to fix it. So when you see it, it comes across as believable. And I get it's Turtles. It's not going to be believable, but it has to, as the word's been used today, some continuity to it. This movie had none from one to this one. One was a classic. 2 was maybe not needed, but we enjoyed it. I didn't need it. I won't enjoy it. Again, my son spent 6 minutes, maybe 5, said, ooh, samurais on horses. Same thing he said next time. He's like, oh, this is awesome, Dad. And then within minutes, walked away. Okay. thumbs down for me, Turtles 3. It just wasn't a good movie overall. Acting, choreography. Give me my girl who played April O'Neil. That is it. She played in the 100, by the way, that came on the CW. That was a good show. That came on the CW, the 100. But other than that, that's all I got. Angelo, no Catali. Get us out of here, man.
Please. In this place.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for watching Turtles 3 with us. It was a good time for some of us.
No, I love watching movies. It was definitely a good time. But we catch y'all on the flip side.
It was something that's,
Peace.
put on,
There it is.